Warehouse number 18. Okay.
Hey everybody, Mr. Boom Shakalaka back again with my first time playthrough of Shenmue for the PlayStation 4. We are now on day 3 again. And we just had break. And we are finishing out the end of day 3 here. Warehouse number 18. So one thing that I was thinking about earlier was, the reviews for Death Stranding for the PlayStation 4 just came out a couple days ago, and I was really, I didn't hear anybody compare it to Shenmue, but the reviews were really divisive. And in it, apparently, the main character is Norman Reedus, and the majority of the game, it seems like, is you walking around and delivering packages. And apparently, there's some sort of overarching plot, kind of pushing things along, but for the most part, seems like most of your time is just spent walking and delivering packages. It sounds like one giant fetch quest, and some reviewers certainly had issue with it, and others felt like it was a masterpiece, and that the boring sections played into, what they liked about it, and you kind of have to suffer in a way to get to the good parts, and it all comes together well. Certainly not for everybody, but it reminded me so much of the reception to Shenmue, and especially how both games, have sections. Well, in Death Stranding, it sounds like it's pretty much the whole game where you're working a job. But both games, kind of revolve around these jobs you have. Not so much in Shenmue, but it certainly does play a large part in it. And I won't be surprised to see people compare it to Shenmue once it's actually released. Be really curious to see what the user reviews have to say about it and what the audience reception is. Without a doubt, it's one of the most divisive games I've seen in years. And I would also love to see what the reception to it would have been without Kojima directing it. Because there's no doubt, it would have never even gotten made without Kojima. Just no AAA studio would greenlight a game like that without a developer like Kojima behind it. But would love to see the reception if it wasn't Kojima who directed it. Kind of interesting too that it's coming out within weeks of Shenmue 3. So two games that kind of similar in a way. I think the production quality of Death Stranding is going to be kind of through the roof compared to the production value of Shenmue 3, but other than that, they certainly bear some similarities there. And actually, the thing that surprised me most reading some of those reviews was the length of the game. I was just assuming it was probably like a 15-20 hour game, somewhere around there, but apparently it's much longer. Some of the reviews I've read state that's 60, 70, 80 hours long, and even a rushed playthrough was about 40 hours long, so that's pretty incredible. I was not expecting that.
What?
I just can't imagine doing a first-time playthrough series on a game like that. I mean, it would be interesting, no doubt, but walking and delivering packages on foot for 70 hours. I'm not sure how many of those hours are interrupted by cutscenes and whatnot, but it doesn't sound like it sounds like the majority of your time is spent out there in the countryside, just delivering packages. And I guess there is some combat, and there are stealth sections where you gotta evade whatever kind of monsters are lurking out there. And apparently you can build highways to make traversing easier. And as the game goes along, you get more and more upgrades that make traversal easier, but still, apparently the first few hours are a real grind. I think we're doing pretty good here today, delivering these crates. I think we might get a raise. Another raise. Move it, dude. It's like the 5th time you got in my way.
Wow.
Oh, come on. These people don't know how to work well with others. Yeah, I also went ahead and read some previews on Shenmue 3, and apparently it's going to be right in line with the series. So people who already like Shenmue will probably be satisfied for the most part. I don't know, I watched a video too on the preview that came out within the last month or so, that preview build was a pretty finished model, and the comment section was not too kind to it. It looked fine to me. It looked like a much prettier version of this game right here, and
What?
I don't really see the complaints, but gaming has evolved so much since when these games came out back in 2000 or the early 2000s. So to be fair, it's only natural for people to be more critical of a game like this when there's so many games that exist now and so many games that come out, and
What?
a lot of people, a lot of gamers are gameplay first type of people, and if you're a gameplay first kind of gamer, Shenmue is not your type of game. There's no question there. But either way, there's no way I'll have Shenmue 2 done in time for Shenmue 3, and there's no way I would jump right into Shenmue 3 without having played 2. So it might be a little while before I get around to 3, but we'll see. I just can't stand playing games out of order, and they have to be the order that they were released in too. Like I know with the Yakuza series, a lot of people say play Zero first, and there's just no way I could do that. I'd have to play Kiwami 1 first, and then Kiwami 2, and I'm not sure where Zero fits in the order that they were released, but And they all sound like really, really damn good games. And I've heard more than once that those games are kind of how do I say it? Kind of the natural progression of where Shenmue would have gone if Shenmue had continued on beyond the second entry in the series. So it sounds like there's a lot more to do in those games. A lot more activities, a lot more gameplay. I mean, if you watch anything to do with Yakuza online and you go to the comment section, all it is people evangelizing about the game and about the series. So it's just another series I got to get around to. Some of those series though that have so many entries, like Yakuza has, what is it, 7, including 0? And then you got Judgment now too, so that's kind of in the series. And I think there's another Yakuza coming out soon, at least in Japan. It will eventually come out here. But it's just hard to jump in when it's like, man, if I play one, I know I'm going to want to play all of them. And those are long games too.
Finished for the day.
Okay, good job. Here's today's pay.
Thanks.
You met quota, son. So starting tomorrow, you'll get a 50 yen raise. That'll be 450 yen per crate.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
Yes, thank you very much.
Hell yeah. Now, I've never worked a job where I had to move crates with a forklift. I've never had a forklift job. But if you get raises every single day like I have the last 3 days, I mean, I'll take it. Things have been going pretty good so far. So anyways, let's we gotta wait around until nighttime now. Wait around and eventually meet near warehouse number 18, I believe. Wherever that homeless guy was. And he said that the Mad Angels come around there at night and kind of loiter. So we will come back at night and try to track those guys down and see what they're up to.